What is going on, guys? It's Sean here with a classy review, and what I have for you guys today is an e-juice by a company called the Bubble Co. We'll get into the e-juice and all the specs and everything right after the intro. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the juice before we get into the review, mainly basically what the liquid is and the price point, all of that good stuff. So what I have for you guys today is the Bubble Co. It is basically a bubblegum flavored vape. They come in 3 flavors. They come in strawberry watermelon, green apple, and blue raspberry. They come in 60 milliliters. The nicotine is 3 milligrams, 6 milligrams, and 0 milligrams. I forgot to mention that one. And it is a 60 VG and 40 PG ratio. So it's kind of thin, so be careful for those who are dripping. The price point, I believe they're $24.99. Don't quote me on that. That is on their site. What I'm going to be reviewing today, right now, the first one is green apple. They call them Starstruck, so it's Starstruck green apple. I have it in 3 milligrams. And as you can tell, they're nice and clear. Except for the green apple, there's a little, it's like a tinted color a little bit, but they're clear. So I don't think there's any sweetener in them. So right now, we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk about the throat hit. Very light throat hit. It's close to non-existent. So it's, for 3 milligrams, it's kind of very, very light. It's barely there. So if you're looking for a nicotine hit, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, I believe it's also available in 12 milligrams. So yeah, that's pretty good. So for the throat hit, it's not really there. So I would have to say it's light. Yeah, there's no throat hit at all. So we're going to get into the cloud production, the vape production, whatever you want to call it. We'll get into it right now. I would have to say it's pretty good for a 6040. Nice clouds on it. I'm vaping it on the Twisted Messes version 2. Yeah, and I have the airflow wide open, so obviously the clouds are going to be really good. So yeah, for a 6040, really good, and it's not harsh at all for a 6040. It's really good. Let's get into the flavor now. All right, so what it tastes like to me is like the shredded baseball gum, the green apple one. I'm not so much as getting a lot of the bubblegum taste to it, but it's mainly like a green apple. It's not tarty like a green apple usually is. It's nice and sweet. There's like maybe a little bit of a tardiness to it, but it's really good. Yeah, tastes exactly like that, the shredded bubblegum. So let's get into the next juice. So what I'm going to be doing now is the Starstruck Watermelon. What the Starstruck Watermelon is a strawberry watermelon bubblegum. So let's get into it. So yeah, there's no throat hit. No throat hit at all. It's basically very light. It's barely there. The clouds are really good for 6040. Like I said, the clouds, they don't linger, but they're nice and dense when you blow the cloud out. It's nice. It's basically white. There's no gray or anything like that. It's pretty nice. So, for the flavor, I'm getting mainly a watermelon bubblegum. The bubblegum is more prominent in this flavor. I would have to say it tastes like just basically like a regular watermelon Hubba Bubba. I would have to say, excuse me, I would have to say they should boost up the strawberry in it a little bit, so it's a nice balance between the watermelon and strawberry. But it's overall a nice vape. Yeah, pretty good. What I would have to say for all three flavors, they're nice bubblegum vapes, but I would have to say they should boost up the bubble game too. The bubble game. The bubblegum game. Boost that up a little bit and it would be a perfect e-juice. I would have to say perfect. The only con I have is the bubblegum. It's not strong enough, but it is a good flavor. It doesn't taste like there's sweetener in it at all. Yeah, very good. Solid. It is a solid e-juice right there. So if you like watermelon, strawberry bubblegum, I would definitely recommend this juice. Alright, so what we're going to get into now is the last flavor. It is a Starstruck Blue Raz. So I believe it is a blue raspberry bubblegum. So let's get into it. I have it on the Troll V2. Yep, very light on the throat hit. I would have to say, you know, for 3 milligrams, it's more to me like a 1.5 milligrams, but you do get that nicotine buzz if you hit it frequently. And I believe the nicotine hits you harder on RDAs than sub-ohm tanks. So for it to be very light on an RDA, I believe it would be extra lighter on a sub-ohm tank. Yeah, the nice and dense clouds, they're white. They linger for a certain amount of time, but I would have to say for a 60-40, it's really good. There's no harshness to any of these liquids right here. I wouldn't really go that low of a ratio when it comes to the PG and the VG, but I would have to say for this one, it's really good. It's definitely really good. There's no harshness at all, but I would be careful if you're dripping because it's very thin. So it can leak, so be careful with that. Don't over drip. All right, it is really good. You know what bubblegum it actually tastes like to me? It tastes like the bubblegum tape, like the rolled up runs, and you just pull it out, chomp it out, eat it. I don't know if it's Hubba Bubba, but it tastes like a blue raspberry tape gum. It's really spot on when it comes to that. So yeah, that tastes exactly like that bubblegum. Yeah, very, very good. So that pretty much wraps it up for this review. All three flavors, I have to say, they're spot on. My favorite one has to be the watermelon one. But they're all equally really good. So if you're really into bubblegum vape, I would definitely suggest this one. I have no cons for this other than that the bubblegum should be a little bit more stronger. And for the watermelon strawberry one, boost up the strawberry just a little bit so it's present. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time. Stay classy.